Coming to get you, Barbara.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We have such sights to show you.
Who's laughing now?
I'll drive you crazy. I'll kill you all. I'm the nightmare you ever had. I am your worst dream come true. I'm everything you ever were afraid of.
They're here.
There we go. I like it.
Hooray! Here we are. Hello, everybody. Hello, Miguel. You're next to me.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. The picture looks great because you're right there. Boom. Makes it easier that way. Hey, everybody. How's your day going? Glad to be here. Hey, Steven. Hey, Tim.
Hey, guys.
Good to see you both and everyone else watching out there. Hope you're having a good one. Guys, we are talking. This is not a new movie by any means, but
it's 21 years old almost.
But almost old enough to drink, but wonderful all the same. It's one of my favorite horror movies, honestly. Show was on over the weekend. Wait, what?
What?
Show over the week. Wait.
Is at your house? Were you watching?
Or were we like? Did I leave it on record all weekend or something?
Or did?
Oh, go ahead.
Are you talking about the movie that you watched over the weekend?
Oh, maybe it was on this weekend somewhere. I don't know. Because 13 Ghosts. The movie. Okay, the movie. Okay, yeah. Okay. It was on this weekend. 13 Ghosts is that good. It should play once a weekend. At least on some like Sci-Fi Channel one weekend. Wherever else might be. Something horror related to 13 Ghosts should always be on.
You know, actually, I didn't think about it being a sci-fi. Because they did like create this cool machine that's like all scientific and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the premise is really fun. Like, I mean, if you like satanic stuff, I guess. And the backstories give that's what we're really focusing on today is the backstories to the creatures or the ghosts.
Yeah.
And it's just so rich that I really thought, like, because there was rumors that there was going to be a part 2 and that there's going to be a series, just a mini series about the characters themselves.
That would have been really cool if they just did a backstory on these guys because, like, there's not enough screen time for them.
No, they each deserved like half an hour.
Yeah, some of them barely got like any screen time at all.
Oh, sup nerds indeed. What's going on? The Bakersfield Gentleman, also known as Frankie.
Hi,
Frankie. Or Melanie, actually. She also controls the page, so she could be calling us nerds. I don't know which one of them is doing it.
I bet it's Frankie. Melanie doesn't know me well enough to call me a nerd.
You call it. No,
I wouldn't be upset.
She's mean. She's a mean person. No, I'm just kidding. She wouldn't do that. It's definitely Frankie. You're right. It's definitely Frankie.
Definitely Frankie. He's mean.
He's the mean one. Anyway, yeah. So we're talking the 13 Ghosts, and again, I think I pitched this one because it is one of my very favorites.
Yeah, we were thinking about some paranormal stuff to talk about, and I was like, well, I couldn't figure anything out because I've already gone through the internet looking for stories and stuff, and a lot of them I've already heard before,
or none of them like have enough real meat to them.
Yeah,
like,
and I don't ever remember doing a show about this movie. So.
With just a lot to talk about too. Like we can dive straight into it because we got more than 13 characters because some of them are 2 and 1, and they each have a wonderful. They have a wonderful backstory. Honestly, they're not good. Like it's not good things that happen to them, but it's just really detailed, and the story really works for the story of the movie. So I love that. Oh my gosh.
So I wrote down some stuff, but I don't know if there's anything that I'm going to be missing in between these. So if you have any extra tidbits, like definitely throw them in there because
Oh, for sure. I'm on it.
Yeah. So the first one is okay. So really quick backstory on 13 Ghosts. Basically, this film is about a dude who wants to be super powerful, and he's like collecting ghost spirits, and it essentially starts out with this like weird older man. He shows up in like a fancy car with like a bunch of people with raincoats.
They look super like the nerdiest army that you could hire. And then it's like, oh, well, they're going to tell you why they're such nerds. Because they really are nerds throughout the entire movie. The entire thing.
So funny. But I guess the one guy, Dennis, who was played by Matthew Lillard, who I love, I guess he has like these psychic sort of powers almost. Is he like a medium or something? I didn't really kind of get into what he does.
Yeah, they never like say for sure like what they call themselves in that, but he's definitely gifted of some kind. Mm-hmm. And it seems like it sucks because no matter what it is, whatever he touches, it seems like it's just painful. No matter what he does. Like I guess his ability would be psychically reading negative energy. Because everyone he touches, he just gets the negative stuff, he seems.
That's true.
So it's kind of a raw deal.
Yeah. So basically, he's able to help this creepy dude collect these spirits. And he doesn't, from what I gather, he doesn't quite know why he wants these spirits, but...
No, I think it's all money for him. That's just a straight transaction. Because he just... What else are you going to do with those kind of... You can't really go on TV and like, oh, you're going to have a horrible life. I know all your pain. So he has to find some way to use it.
Yeah. So he essentially is helping this dude collect souls, and they end up, the very first scene is them at this junkyard.
Yeah.
Collecting this very big, creepy, crazy spirit, actually, who they later called the Juggernaut.
Yes.
So I guess we should go into him first.
I think that's the best way to do it,
Since he was the first one that they showed. Yeah. So the Juggernaut, he died because he basically became a serial killer because he was deformed and he was at least 7 foot tall. He was just like really crazily tall. His name was Horace Mahoney.
So that's almost 2 Lauren stacked right now, just so that you guys know for reference. Almost.
Oh, I think I gained an inch from working out because I slouch, but since I've been working out my core and my back, like I sit up straighter. So I think I'm an inch taller. I think I'm 4'11" now.
Nice.
And not 4'10". So
nice.
We'll have to see, but
there's a little side story here. There's another model in town, Jessica Franco, who was 4'11". So now I have you guys together and like
I think she said she's 4'10". So I might actually be taller than her now because I've been like getting straight. Not that she's a sloucher or anything. She's very tiny.
she's very tiny. You both are very tiny people.
Just very small individuals.
Yeah, you guys are petite people. It's just what it is. But that's why I think the first people that he murdered were 2 women in the junkyard, and then the police came after him. Was like, no, I'm gonna kill you too, and it kind of just escalated into that.
Yeah. So he killed these women. And then he got locked up, and I think he escaped or something.
Yes, he broke out. And then he killed the police.
He escaped, and then he killed some police officers. And the SWAT came in and opened fire on him because what he was doing was taking people back to this. When he was alive, he was taking people back to this junkyard and literally like ripping them in half. So another nickname for him was the Breaker.
Yeah, which... that's terrifying.
Yeah. So this is all based on a book, right? It was a novel.
Yeah. In fact, the book actually, there's a few characters, very few, that they changed up a little bit because they didn't think it would be interesting enough for the movie. But when you hear the book's version of everyone, it's still super interesting. It's just they couldn't flush it out as much in an 1.5 to 2 hour movie. But I think it's only an 1.5 the movie itself.
Yeah. It didn't take me that long to rewatch it today.
But it's good.
But yeah, so we got the Juggernaut. So we find out later on throughout the movie, spoilers, by the way, of course, there's always spoilers. They needed 12 spirits or 12 ghosts to power this machine that this creepy guy created. What was his name? Cyrus?
Cyrus, yeah.
Cyrus. The last name, don't even...
It's not worth it.
I'm not even going to try to say their fucking last name.
It's rich people last names.
I don't know why they do this. Anyway, so basically he was trying to build this machine designed by the devil and powered by the dead or something like that. I don't know if that's the exact quote.
I think that's like almost, like word for word.
Yeah.
That's like almost spot on. Yeah.
Kinda, yeah. So they need these 12 souls to power this thing. So we later find out that Cyrus is capturing souls to power this machine, so that this machine essentially gives you the power of sight into the future and the past. So
it's called the Eye of Hell or something, right?
Yeah, Eye of Hell. It's in Latin. I'm not gonna ocu something. Yeah.
But that's closer than I got. I'm just gonna go English so you can read these things up. The people who are doing these spells are usually speaking English. I'm sorry. No one's doing them in Latin anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, they need all of these souls to power this thing. And oh shoot, I'm not gonna go into like chronological order of the film because hopefully you guys have seen it.
I hope so, because if you haven't, you're missing a really good movie. And
it's really good.
At one point they don't really show them. They will later on in the end of it. They will say like, oh, this is the order of the ghosts, but they don't show them in order coming into the movie. Like obviously the Juggernaut in order in the book, and I think in just how they list them is like 12 or 11 or something.
Okay. Yeah, because these, like we said, like there really is not enough screen time for these ghosts. And we only get to see like bits and pieces of them, like after they've already been collected. Yeah,
the only one we see being collected is the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
And
that's what happens in the beginning where we just mentioned, like they catch him in his junkyard.
Yeah, and real quick for Gary's, there is an older one too.
Yes, 1960s.
I got to rewatch that one too because that was pretty good if I remember correctly.
Yeah, some little tidbit about the movie from the 60s. They gave moviegoers like those glasses, the different glasses. So like if you wore a certain pair of glasses, you could see the ghost. In the movie.
Oh, that's cool.
It wasn't 3D because they didn't have that technology yet.
No.
But they did have like these color, like differentiated. I don't know. It was really cool.
Almost like invisible ink.
Yeah. So like if you wore the glasses in the theater, you could see the ghosts.
What?
They give you like these red pair of glasses and a blue pair of glasses. So you're able to see. Like you can switch back and forth between the glasses and see like the ghosts in the movie. It's really cool. In the 60s they had that technology. Like that's pretty dope. That must have been really cool for moviegoers at the time because I've never heard of anybody ever doing anything like that.
No, 3D is lame nowadays. That's way better. Oh my god, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, they I was gonna say when they show that opening scene of them catching the ghost, they show some of the technology they use, which is basically like spells on walls and stuff, and it's kind of like a steampunk paranormal mix, and it just looks really cool. It doesn't make any sense on how it works, but at least it looks cool. So.
Yeah, like the mechanics of, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the angels that are depicted in the Bible.
Yeah,
all the eyes and like the. I don't know. It's really crazy. But instead of eyes, it's like these, what are they called?
Gears almost.
Gears, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Really cool.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah. But I guess, who do we go and do first then? Since, they don't give a starting point really.
Yeah, I guess we can go into the firstborn.
That works.
Who was Billy Michaels. He was a little kid that, he was described as like this spoiled kid. He reminded me, I wrote it down even. He reminded me of the kid from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The kid with the freaking
Mike
guns.
TV.
Mike TV.
Well, yeah, little asshole. Yep.
Yep. The original Willy Wonka too, not the
weird creepy one.
Yeah. Not Johnny Depp's.
I like Johnny Depp, but not that. No.
Jeez. I'm sorry. That movie was terrible.
No, it was bad. It was real bad.
Yeah, that movie was awful. But yeah, he reminded me of that kid. He loved westerns and he loved playing with like toy guns and
not listening to his parents.
No, he was a real asshole. Yeah. This little kid, and I guess he challenged, or the neighbor kid challenged him to a duel. I don't remember what it was, but like just like a fight. They challenged each other to a fight. Kid's
gonna play whatever.
Yeah, and the kid next door actually had a real arrow and ended up shooting poor Billy in the back of the head. And in the film, he's depicted as a little kid with like this Western gear on. Yep. And he's got like a huge arrow sticking out the front of his head.
Which is awesome. It looks really cool, but that's like all they go into for him in the movie itself.
Yeah.
You'll see him at one time being made fun of by some lawyer who can see him because they have the glasses that are used in the movie.
Right.
And then you'll see him at the end when they do kind of like a climax. And then he's gone. That's it.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Yeah. All right. And then we get into the torso.
See, the torso, I think this is probably one of the weaker background stories, but it's still cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Jimmy Gambino. That's the name of this guy. He was a casino owner eventually. Like he started out, I guess his father was a really heavy gambler and got the family into, some trouble, which later on kind of manifested in Jimmy's life. He was betting on a boxing match. He would do all kinds of bets. Like he would bet money and like lose a lot. Like he ended up being addicted to gambling as well.
Very much, yeah.
And he bet on a boxing match and lost. And the people, in the mob, they came looking for him. Where's my money, G?
But yeah, he wanted to run. Doesn't work out. So, what else do you do when a business plan goes sour? You just hack up the other person, you throw them into the water, and they become a vengeful spirit that powers the devil machine. That's how business works.
Yeah, and
Everyone
then
knows that.
For eternity, like you can be heard screaming in agony,
looking for the rest of your body parts. I mean, that's why I just pay your debts. Just don't gamble too much.
Yeah, don't gamble because he gambled so much he couldn't pay his debts, which is why they came after him.
Rough.
He probably bet the house.
Bet his torso.
Bet the house on the boxing match.
Oh yeah. So
I always hear people saying, "Hey, bet the house on the ponies."
Those ponies didn't love you. Yeah. Those ponies hated you. So sucks.
Hold on, let me move this. Sorry, it's blocking our view of the comments.
Oh, no worries. Didn't they have old ones? Oh, no, I remember that comment. And the original. Yeah, no, Gabby, definitely agree with you. The original was really cool for its time. And Dead Men Don't Pay. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
It's hard to collect interest or even the original VIG from someone you murdered. So I never got that business practice.
Yeah, I don't know. Pay with your life, but then you can't exploit them for more money, so why kill them?
It's difficult. I mean, you can go to their family and try to exploit them, but then they're down a person, so they make less money.
I know. So it doesn't make sense.
A vicious cycle of not getting paid.
I don't know. What happened to just breaking the legs?
Yeah, maybe one arm, maybe like their non-dominant arm, so they could keep working.
One arm to still place bets.
Yeah, or like go flip burgers so they pay your ass. Just
there you go.
Whatever you do, don't murder the person who's supposed to give you the money, because then you don't get any money. So dumb.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, but who's next on the list?
All right, now we go to the Bound Woman.
Oh, this one was messed up.
Which I don't remember her name.
I don't remember. Wait, is this? No, this isn't the Pilgrim.
No.
The Bound. Oh my goodness, which one is the Bound Woman?
The Bound Woman, the poor girl. She was wearing like a prom dress.
Oh yes. Oh my goodness.
And she had like a tie, like tied around her neck.
Well, basically, from what I remember, was that she was seeing two guys at once, and one boyfriend.
She was a hula.
Yeah, Yeah, she was, she's playing the field. She was in high school, I think.
Yeah, she was in high school.
A lot of us did that. I mean, I didn't because it wouldn't work out. Whatever.
Stupid.
But, I wouldn't date any two guys in high school. It was terrible. But either way.
Especially anybody on the football team.
Yeah, because he decided, like, you know what? Not cool. Time to murder. And that's exactly what he did. He murders her, and then they never find, I think, the other guy. I think that's how the news clippings went from, like, one teen missing, one teen found dead, buried on the 50-yard line of their high school football field. Yeah. Which is, I mean, if you're going to get pissed off in your afterlife, I guess it would be being buried in high school. I'd be pissed for that.
See, what sucks is that she was the daughter of a wealthy couple. So she could have just been like, here's some money. Sorry.
Well, he might have been, a wealthy guy too, though, and then wealthy people don't care about money at that point.
That's true.
Then they have to murder.
They care more about hurting people because they're bored with money.
What do you call it?
They're bored with their struggles.
Exactly why Cyrus, I'm guessing, wanted to make a giant hell machine because he had a lot of money.
Right. So. I know he wanted to be even more powerful.
Just.
I don't get that.
I mean, maybe you learn a new language. I mean, that knowledge is power, not machines from hell.
Well, the power of, I guess, having money on top of knowing the present or knowing the past and the future.
That does help. A lot better bets. Mm-hmm. Then you can gamble all you want.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Nobody's breaking your legs.
Oh my god. All right, who's going next? It's
the Withered Lover.
Oh, it's a sad one.
This one is so sad because it's basically the mother of the children in this film.
Yeah.
They are, this family, which is Cyrus's nephew, Arthur. He has a wife named Jean, and she ends up dying in a fire, unfortunately. A log rolls out of the fireplace and into the Christmas tree, and it's a very sad Christmas.
What do you call it? Yeah, and I want to make sure I get because then they have the two kids.
Yes. Shannon Elizabeth, her name in the movie.
I'm just gonna go with Kathy because I don't. Again, the last name is just.
Oh, I wanted to say though,
Criticos.
I mentioned her name because I wanted to talk about this really quick because we said Matthew Lillard was in the movie.
Yeah.
Shannon Elizabeth is in a film that we all know and love called Scary Movie.
Yes.
Which is basically like a spoof of Matthew Lillard's movie Scream.
Yep.
And they played in this movie together.
I didn't think about that.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of like a cool little...
That is a good tie-in right there.
Cool little thing, yeah.
I like that.
She plays the girl who, like...
Yes. Oh, now you're gonna murder me like this and break my leg?
Just break my own leg. Oh, here's the part where I just break my leg. She snaps her own freaking leg and like is crawling, and then the Scream character like cuts her head off, and she's still.
Oh yeah, this is so cliche, idiot. Doesn't he throw her head in like a trash can to get rid of her or something? Like, oh my God.
She's still talking as he's walking away.
Right.
It's so funny.
She was still super pretty the entire time. So
yeah.
God,
it's
gorgeous.
Just funny how like they're just in horror movies together. And then, she plays in a spoof of one of his movies that he was in. So, I don't know. I just thought that was cool.
Yeah, I like that. I didn't even think about that. That's awesome. But yeah, where is the son? I don't...
Billy is his name? No? Billy? Yeah.
Billy. Bobby is the boy.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Billy, Bobby, whatever.
It's the same difference.
Same thing. Billy, Bob, kid.
Child.
He does call him the kid in this movie a lot. His dad.
Yeah, I gotta find the kid. Gotta get the kid over here.
Gotta get the kid. As if he forgot his name.
What do you call it? Well, it seems like creepy shit runs in that family because, like, from the beginning, I think the boy was talking about reading obituaries. Like,
he was obsessed with death.
Yeah. Shannon, and then Alec Roberts. Very strong name. And he was, I think he did a good job for a kid actor. Like, he couldn't have been more than, 12 in that movie. Mm-hmm. And for that kind of, because a lot of it was VFX for him to have to react to all that. I think he did
good. Yeah. The acting was a little silly.
Oh, yeah.
When it came to, the kids.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into it later. Let's get to the other stuff.
Oh yeah, but the withered lover,
yes,
was these kids' mom and Arthur's wife, who died tragically in the fire, and she was also one of the souls that he needed, and it's so sad she died saving her children.
And probably the only soul that wasn't angry, because I thought there was supposed to be angry spirits. The other ones all died violently and like from an attack of some kind, or like some kind of tragedy. This was a different kind of tragedy, it seems.
That's true. So maybe she was angry that she didn't get to spend more time with her kids. I don't know. But yeah, it's weird. They didn't portray her as angry.
Definitely not.
This movie. So there's that. The Torn Prince. This one was interesting.
Yeah. You know what? I take it back. This is probably like, you did it to yourself, dude. You suck.
I mean, kind of his own fault.
Yeah.
But kind of not. Okay. Royce Clayton was a baseball player in the 50s, and he was a really arrogant kid. You know, as a lot of kids are that age, like they're untouchable, you know, came from a wealthy family, of course, they usually do. Like, why are you mad? You're fucking rich. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, he's good at baseball. That's cool. Good for him.
Yeah, he was good at baseball. Mm-hmm. And he was so cocky, though. He was challenged to a drag race. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, the other racer fucked with his brakes, right? Like he fucked with his brake line, cut his brake line, and he crashed and the car exploded, which left the whole half of his body just completely torn to shreds. Hence the Torn Prince.
And I think in the movie they show his car like in the background of his little cell.
Yeah.
Like he's the only one who got his car. Like everyone else is just sitting there by themselves. Oh no, I guess no. The next one we talk about, I think, is who's up next?
The Angry Princess.
Okay, not her, but then it's coming up pretty soon because someone else gets a lot of their cells look super empty, but his and another couple in there.
Oh, not the couple. It's a mother and son.
Yeah. They get like a full on like little living room for their cell. Like if you see it, she's feeding him and they're like watching TV or something.
Yeah, they call them the cubes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the cubes.
Yeah,
thank you. Yes.
Cubes. They're basically like these glass, like cubes that they with like the spells written on the glass.
Yeah. So no in or out.
Yeah.
You stuck.
Yeah. So they're bound in there by spells. So let's just get into them real quick. It's called The Great Child and Dire Mother.
Yes. Freaks, which is a great movie, but not in this case because it's very sad what happens to them.
Oh, yeah. So basically, really quick, too, I want to mention, for those who haven't seen it, these are based off of the Zodiac, but like the Black Zodiac is what they call it.
Yeah.
That's why they needed 12. And then the 13th we'll get into in a little bit. But yeah, The Great Child and the Dire Mother. So the mother was a dwarf. I forgot her name. I didn't write it down. I didn't write down her son's name either. But basically you see them as ghosts, like he's wearing a diaper.
As a giant man.
Yeah, and not just giant. He's like chunky too.
Big boy.
Chunky boy. And the mother is wearing doll clothes. And
she's so tiny.
Yeah, and well, she's a dwarf. And it's so sad. So the mother was raped because she was in the circus, right? Or the freak show?
Yeah.
She was in the freak show. And she was raped by who they called the tall man.
Just not good.
Yeah, so sad. And so she ended up having a child by him. And it's so weird, their dynamic. Like, I guess, I don't know what happened, but she just ended up, like, being super overprotective and, like, super nurturing, but, like, in a weird
too much
way. Like,
there's a new show, I think, called Smothered, basically, and it's about moms like this who are really creepy and just, like
they would have you breastfeeding until the day you die.
They'll bathe
the day
you,
they die if they had a choice.
Exactly.
Like, it's fucking weird.
It's too much.
that weird dynamic. Like, he wore diapers because, like, she always wanted him to be a baby. I think that's probably what it is. They end up so freaking crazy. So, in the freak show, they end up. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, they end up playing a prank on him by kidnapping the mother.
Not cool.
Yeah, she ends up dying of suffocation because they didn't mean to kill her, but
they killed her.
They killed her.
Still did it.
And so he went fucking nuts, as I think is warranted.
Oh yeah.
And he just started chopping people up. And yeah. Oh, his name was Harold, the boy. His name was Harold. They ended up killing him.
Yeah, of all of them, I'd say most justified so far to go murder people.
Yeah, I think so, because that's really sad.
Like, my mom's pretty she's over the top sometimes, but I still probably murder people for it, just in case.
Now I don't get to breastfeed anymore.
I don't think that's why
you took my titty milk away.
That's not why he did it. Oh my God, that's like one of the many reasons he probably murdered, but like that's on the back of the list.
They took away his titty milk.
They took away his mama. It's like that. Oh my God, what was that movie? That Adam Sandler movie? Oh, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. The big fat dude is inside the apartment with his mom, and he can't get out of bed anymore. He's so big.
Oh my God!
It's on fire. Mama, I'm coming.
I forgot about that scene.
I see this being similar, but just. One of them's not a murder. One of them, double axes everybody.
Oh, that's great.
Oh no. Oh.
All right, so let's move on to The Angry Princess, which is really sad. This poor girl.
This movie came out, like you said, like 20 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like 10, 11 tops.
You felt feelings.
This was a weird moment because
I've heard a lot of people say that.
Very scared, and she was also super hot.
Super hot, but super scary. It's like, I get a scared boner. I don't know.
Oh, he ran for the hills first.
Fear boner.
Yeah. Fucking fear boner. But oh my goodness. Another really sad one too, though, because this is society's fault.
Yeah. She was a beautiful girl named Dana Newman who had a lot of issues with her self-esteem. She couldn't see what everybody else saw. Nobody,
Yeah, everyone thought she was beautiful.
Yeah.
The only reason she got surgery is because she wanted it.
Yeah, she got a ton of plastic surgery, a lot of shit done, and she attempted to take her own life because she actually committed suicide because she tried to do a surgery on her own face.
Yeah, when she got a job at a plastic surgeon's place, was there after hours one night. It's like, I can do that. That's not a problem.
Right.
No, you can't.
She tried to perform surgery and ended up going blind in one eye, and she ended up taking her life after that.
Just what's all the scarring, and then there is a scene where they show her in the bathtub, just full of blood, which is how she died. If I remember correctly, she ended her life in a bathtub.
Yeah, she killed herself in the bathtub.
Which another just like really gory. There's a lot of actually really gory stuff in this movie.
Yeah.
But it kind of gets.
Oh, the lawyer! That part was dope.
Okay, the way she kills the asshole lawyer is awesome.
Yes, he kind of reminded me of David Bowie a little bit.
Got that Bowie face a little
Weird.
bit. I think Bowie would have actually he probably would have gone along with him though. Like he probably could have danced his way out of that situation. Bowie would have lived. That guy was an asshole. He deserved to die. But the whole door is just.
Yeah, that was really fucked up. That was my favorite kill.
Yeah, between that and the cell with the horse.
Oh, that was.
Those
crazy.
are two great scenes of
the poor horsey.
The horse didn't deserve it. This guy did.
This guy did. Yeah, he was a weirdo. At first, when I first saw this movie, I thought, "Oh, that guy is Cyrus, just in the lawyer's body."
Oh, like he's been taking over souls and stuff.
Yeah,
and moving bodies. Real quick, gotta show off the pen.
Oh yeah, my pen.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you.
But no, I don't, because he wasn't in on it, right? because he didn't know what was going to happen when
Not
he got.
really.
He just wanted the money.
He was just an asshole.
Yeah, he was a piece of shit, and he knew that there was money in the house.
Yeah.
So he took it.
Yeah.
And honestly, if some really old rich guy had a bunch of money hidden in his house and he was creepy as wouldn't you take one bag of money? Like, just one. Just one. Come on. I don't
like this is you wipe your ass with this shit. Let me just take it home.
You already left your family millions, give me one bag of money. That's all I'm asking.
Just a bag of money. Like no known amount. Just a bag.
Whatever. 20 is cool. I'll take ones, whatever. I'll still spend them.
Just a bag of one. I would take a bag of ones.
Fuck yeah.
Put it in my jars over there. I got jars for savings.
Got them, what do you call it? Need another jar. Dead people money. Oh, that's terrifying. Oh, fuck.
Oh my God.
If I come here and I see a jar like that, I'm leaving. I'm out.
Speaking of terrifying, though, let's go really quick to the one that I found super terrifying was the jackal.
Fuck yeah. Oh.
Super cool, though. Super cool. Oh, and I found out Greg Nicotero did a lot of the special of, makeup effects and stuff.
It's really good.
I love Greg Nicotero. He does The Walking Dead. A lot of The Walking Dead stuff. I used to watch his interviews when the show first came out. I was obsessed with all of his work.
So skilled.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
But yeah, so the jackal was a man. I thought it was a woman for a long time. Until I listened to the backstory and was more paying attention.
Totally agree.
Yeah. So the jackal was a man named Ryan who was, they say he was born with a mental illness. And he ended up being a serial killer. Right?
I think, and then doesn't he check himself into the asylum?
Yeah, he kills people and then he checked himself into the asylum.
So, does that make you, trying to be a good person?
I don't know.
Or just, you want someone else to take care of you now? It's I already murdered, now you feed me, fuck it.
I don't know.
Because then, at that point, don't they, I don't want to say torture him, but they give him the same treatment that people got back then, which was not good.
Oh, no, not at all.
To the point where, they have the cage on the head and the straitjacket so tight.
Oh, okay. So what happened with that was, from what I read, is basically he didn't start out with the cage. He started with a straitjacket, and he was able to get out of it, and he was able to, still hurt people. And so they kept tying it tighter every time he would, try to lash out or, and then eventually that was too much for him because he did escape. And then they put the cage on his head and the straitjacket. And I can't remember what happened. He permanently damaged his hands somehow.
I think it was when he was trying to get out, because there was a fire at one point. I think it was him trying to get out of the fire.
Well, he stayed on purpose. In the fire, because he knew that if he got out, he was just going to keep fucking murdering people. He willingly chose to stay and let the place burn him with it. But I think in one of his attempts to get out in the past, he really fucked up his hands.
That's actually kind of the true story to Kemper. Every time they interview him, do you think it's done you any good here? He's no. If I was out again, I would keep killing.
Yeah.
Which is...
some people just know.
Fuck, that's horrifying.
And it's good that he knew that he had to be locked up, because...
yeah, I mean, now he's an evil ghost that can, murder people still, so that sucks. But that scene where he's dragging the girl down the hallway and just, ripping her apart.
Dude.
I know she lives, but still, it was what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
So wonderful.
That was so crazy.
And real quick, to Gabby's point, that's what we were talking about earlier. When the lawyer sets the house off, but not really on purpose. He just wants a suitcase full of money.
Yeah.
So it's not like the lawyer was evil. It was just greedy evil.
Greedy.
Yeah. Because I don't think he had any idea it was actually going to work. He just knew there was ghosts there. And, he doesn't give a shit. He just wants his money. The jackal checked himself in so he could get his gnarled straitjacket and cage helmet. Yeah, he just wanted the cool outfit, I think. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he just wanted a really cool fucking outfit.
I am not going to lie. I do love that cage helmet.
It's the coolest one.
That is pretty cool.
Actually, I think we're on to the last one or second to last one.
2 more.
Yeah, second to last. The one of them coming up is my favorite.
Which one?
It's gonna be. I would say
This
the
one?
hammer. The hammer's my favorite. It's kind of like almost exactly parallel to Candyman in like background, but way more brutal. And he never's like, it's never romantic like Candyman is.
Yeah,
which is a cool aspect of those movies. But this dude is just fucking rage, and for good reason, because he got screwed over hard.
This. I think he had the most legitimate reason out of all of them because it was the 1800s when he died.
Yeah.
Which that will tell you, as a black man in the 1800s.
You're already having a shitty time.
Ew. And he was a blacksmith. His name was George. And he was wrongfully accused of theft in his town.
Yeah.
Of course, a white man accused him of theft. And he was trying to kick him out of town. And he said, I didn't do it, so I'm fucking staying here.
Boom.
And I'm going to keep doing what I do. You know, I'm going to keep working. My family's going to stay here. We're not leaving. The town turns on him. They hang his wife and children and burn them. And so he fucking gets a hammer and wiles out on these fucking people who did this to his family. He gets justice, but then at the end he is bound and eventually slowly killed by driving you know those railroad hammers,
big ass nails,
through his body. And that's why he looks like that in death. It's really fucking cool. I like how he pulls that fucking nail out of his lip.
Yeah,
that was dope.
Yeah, they also cut off a hand and replaced it with his hammer,
yeah,
which was another
holy shit.
Why are you doing that unless you want to create a supervillain later on?
Dude, that's like Cyborg.
Yeah, it's a non-tech cyborg.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a couple of like very similar revenge murder monster stories. That's probably the one that needs to be told more because it does not get enough love. Okay, I'm gonna put this one on screen because sorry, YouTube, everyone can't. Why is Bandit? Love 13 Ghosts saw in theaters when I was like 5, and it traumatized me. But as an adult, I loved the movie. There hasn't been a horror movie like that made sense. Absolutely agree with that because there's so much to that's why we're going just in the characters, not really even the plot.
Yeah.
The plot's like a backstory.
Yeah. I feel like they definitely need to just make like an hour-long, like little short series, like you were saying. Like
HBO was gonna.
Yeah.
And then
they need to do that, just of like each backstory, and then tie it into like maybe re-release the movie. And then put in like these little clips in between or
from
something.
The series.
That would be cool, right?
I mean, you could even do like you said, an hour long where it's the beginning is their origin.
Yeah.
And then the ends them being caught.
Yeah.
Like, so you can see all the captures. Gary says, the suitcase of money, is it real or is it filled with newspaper clippings? That sets the motion of the house. You know, he probably had enough real money to just like fill it with money. I figured he like.
I think so.
Why would I collect newspapers? I have all this money already.
I know. Why put them in a suitcase? You can put them in like a scrapbook. No.
Yeah, that's you keep all the. Oh, that's where I found that dead body. And then yeah, he has enough money, he just throws it in there. Never heard the backstory of each ghost and kind of always wondered about it. So it's a good idea to talk about. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
The book is, I got to read it because it sounds fascinating.
I haven't read it. So yeah, that would be really cool. And I like books better because like they have to go into more detail to like put it in your head.
100%.
So you can see it in your brain. I love that. I love like, I wish I would have read the Harry Potter books before I watched the movies.
Oh, I fell asleep reading those books. No, I'm not a Harry Potter fan.
I know.
That's the wrong kind of magic.
I know. So let's get into the last 2, because technically there are 13 ghosts.
Yes.
The last one's really cheesy, but
I can't even remember who the last guy is now.
It was supposed to be Arthur, the 13th ghost.
Oh, that's right. Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh my gosh.
All right, so the Pilgrimess, she was a creepy lady. She was
really
the
like this
creepy
one.
lady. Yeah, her name was Isabella. She was an English woman. She was outcast in her town early on. I think it was probably during like the witch hunts and stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It kind of had that
Salem
American Horror Story Roanoke feel to it.
Yeah. So basically this woman was an outcast. She was accused basically of being a witch when the town's livestock started to die off. And they tried to burn her in a building, but she lived.
Not a good sign.
Then,
they're not a witch.
Yeah, but then they let her starve to death in the stocks.
Not cool.
So yeah, of course. She was very angry. I would be too. It's so freaking sad. Just because she was a woman alone.
Yeah, well, during the Salem witch trials, no one was ever burned to the stake.
No.
Nobody was.
No.
And there's only one way to not be accused or murdered, trying to be accused of being a witch. That's not the answer at all. And one guy did that, Giles Corey, or Corey Giles, I can't remember his name. But it was definitely Giles. His last name eludes me. But he wouldn't give him an answer. So they decided, okay, we're going to torture you until you say yes or no. So we're going to put a board on you, and we're going to just put big rocks on you. And we're going to add more weight until you tell us. So over like 2 or 3 days, they got more boulders on top of him until they crushed him to death.
Right.
But the only thing he would tell him was more weight. So
that's fucking metal.
No, it was pretty hardcore. And then I think it was because if you are accused and found innocent or guilty, either way, your family loses any rights to their properties. If you are accused of being a witch, if they can't get you to be accused because you never said yes or no, they can't touch your property. So he did it for his family because he's like, there's no way out of this. Yeah. I'm just going to have a really like bad massage, those hot rock massages. And then they killed him. I think they probably did that a couple of times. Like, oh, you like this? Like this motherfucker? No.
Somebody goes and sits on the rocks.
Like, yeah, just wiggling it. Yeah, a little bit. That feels good, huh? It's like, no, I'm dying.
That's fucked up.
Gabby says, the uncle set the lawyer up. He knew the lawyer wasn't getting out of the house alive. It's probably real money. I agree with that. The special edition 13 Ghosts, as the backgrounds mentioned, the DVD, which surprised that I still have. That's the first time I remember seeing it, was on the DVD. And they have like a little comic strip almost to it, kind of like artwork. But I want more. I want so much more.
Me too.
Giles Corey. Thank you. Giles Corey. Okay, yeah. I just was listening to that the other day because, Salem witch trials were fucking brutal. And I doubt they found a single ghost, or a single witch. It was all fucking ergot. Everyone was being poisoned. They didn't know they were being poisoned. And then they freaked out on each other. So, good job, people.
Just like with boomers and their lead paint.
Yeah. You guys, old people. There's still plenty of them out there who have lead poisoning right now.
Yeah.
And that's like,
those are the ones that's screaming in your camera like at Starbucks.
When you see an old lady go crazy, like, you can't be on the street because I live here. Call the police. It's because
that's paranoia from lead poisoning.
They have lead poisoning. So I feel bad for them, but at the same time, like, don't fucking get my face. I'll hit you. I'm not afraid to hit an old lady. Okay.
Oh, it's funny. With my car.
All right, I was gonna just push her a little bit, but all right, we can go that way. Make her a 13th ghost,
and I'll take the car.
I'll push her into the car. How about that?
How about that?
You go fast, I'll get her in the way. Boom.
There you go. Perfect.
God damn.
All right, the last and final ghost was supposed to be Arthur, and this one was the broken heart, which is like the failsafe.
This is the dad / husband / nephew to nephew to Cyrus / total monk, because he's the guy from Monk.
Yeah. He's also the dude that loses his head in Men in Black.
Oh, he gets shot and he goes back. That is it. He's actually a pretty good actor. I like this guy.
Yeah, one of his eyes is all
like strings. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, the good Men in Blacks.
Yeah. So basically, he would have had to sacrifice his life for his children in order to stop this whole machine, and he doesn't have to eventually, but that would have been the 13th ghost. The
fact that he was willing to do that, though, pretty good, because I don't mean to sound rude to kids, but you can have more kids. You can't have another soul. It doesn't work
Hey,
that way.
that's how they did it in the fucking the 20s. When the Dust Bowl and
all that. You gotta
the
have
Great Depression.
Bunch of kids.
You just have a shit ton of it. That's what happened to my grandma. My grandma lived through the Great Depression. She had like 2 siblings die.
Damn.
But she was one of like 13 or something like that.
So pretty good. I mean, a pretty good ratio.
The average was pretty good.
There's because that's like how the Donner Party survived. Like everybody had so many kids, and one family had 15 kids, and all 15 made it through. So like there was a joke like, man, they didn't think they were all gonna live, so they have to feed all those kids now. Idiot. Good job. Oh man, that's another. We got to talk about the Donner Party one of these days.
Oh, for sure.
Oh. But that's it. I guess that's all the ghosts for now. But
yeah, I actually got through everything I wanted to talk about today.
Because it's fucking wonderful. I mean, that was perfect. That was solid. And if you guys haven't seen the original, I'd recommend watching that again. Like we said, I think Wise Bandit's talking about the book. If you haven't seen the book, if you haven't read the book, check it out. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do my best.
I probably would too.
Isn't his wife was one of the ghosts, or is that just no? You're absolutely We said that earlier, but
the withered
lover.
Withered lover.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Very good job on the burn marks on her. In the if I remember correct, the movie they look so like fresh.
Yeah,
it's like oh man.
Cool.
I just remember seeing that like in documentaries and stuff, people being burned, and that was really close. So that one got me too. When just being young and seeing that movie, remembering when Illard gets broken in half, that like from the Juggernaut. From the breaker.
Yeah, the car literally like yum yum yum.
That was intense too. Oh my god.
That was really cool.
That dude went in the wrong way. Ooh.
Yeah.
You relate to no
body
words.
right in half.
But next Thursday I will be in Vegas for PCA, Premium Cigars Association.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm able to make it on.
Oh yeah, you guys are gonna be busy that week.
It's fucking
it
hurts my head.
Maybe we can just post like an old episode or something to give you guys something, tie you over.
Or maybe we can get some behind the scenes for tomorrow, and we'll make a clip for that. We'll just put that. We have some photo shoots coming up before I leave. Yeah. Happy 4th of July, everybody, because that's not going to be till Monday. So AZ can't say anything about it because it's too late and we're too early. So that's the best you're getting.
Yeah. Please do not blow your hands off. Don't drink and drive.
No, God, no. Blow your hand off before you do that, honestly. Fuck.
Don't get pregnant because you can't get an abortion now.
There's a couple states, so stay in California.
We're fine. But
yeah, California's pretty much good to go. But if you're like Arizona and like a couple other places,
definitely
be safe.
In the South. Texas. If you're in Texas.
Actually, as of right now, there's like 3 states that are like completely no. But the rest is pretty open. So just be careful where you're at and like look. Yeah. Just be ready. Be ready. And sorry guys. Sucks.
Yeah. Cool. America's not doing so hot right now. But
I love it, but I also hate the government. So yeah. They can fuck themselves. Anyway, happy notes. What more? Photo shoots. Yep. Pictures coming.
You guys are getting pictures soon.
I'm very excited about that.
Follow us on Instagram because that's where we post most of the stuff.
Yes, please do. Girls.gore. Girls.gore.and.gin. Boom.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
But you said, just type in Girls Gore and Gin. It will pop up.
Yeah, it'll pop up.
Yeah. And just look for the one that's more recently
The most recent posts.
Yeah, the other one's dead. So don't worry about that one. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
We'll see you at least week from Thursday. I will not be able to do next Thursday or the following Tuesday show because I will be gone for those 2. But other than that, I'm gonna miss you guys. I miss you too. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. All right.